guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Emily from eArt Studios here on YouTube and Instagram. And today I'm going to be showing you our favorite video of the month, my completed pages. I haven't done as many pages as I wanted to this month, but I did get quite a few done. I still have I have about 4 whips that I have still. I think it's 5, I don't know. I have a few whips in these books, so I'm going to show you those first, and then I'm going to show you my completed pages. So the first whip I have is in Beauty Horror 3, The Haunted Playgrounds. This is a project book with Fiction Kitty on Instagram. Jenna and I are doing this as a project book. I was supposed to get these pages done this month, but I didn't have the time or the mojo to color in them. I did start this one with Pitt pens and my Tombow markers. I wanted to give her like a purpley kind of vampire look, so that's what I'm going with, but I got stuck on the rest, so I have not come back and worked on this yet. And then we have, working on the page that I picked, I did base him with Pitt pen again, and I do have an idea for the vine, so I'm going to come in and do that later. I just haven't really had the motivation to color horror, because I did do a lot of horror this month, as me and Jenna have another project book in Alan Roberts' book that I will show you later, but I kind of burnt out at the end of the month because I was behind in that one as well. But I am happy to have those 2 pages started at least, so I can go into them next month. The next whip I have is in Alien Worlds. This is a project book. A project book hosted by Happy Catastrophe. The hashtag is data reports or something. I gotta look I'm gonna put it on the screen, but I need to remember it. I should write it down, but I didn't finish a page in this month, so I didn't actually get a chance to write it down. But I do have a few whips in this book. I still have this one that I am working on with my oil pastels to get that kind of green background, but I have not come back to it. And then I did start working on this page. I basted my ship with my colors, like the base layer of the color, and then I started going around in ink tints with black, but that's taking a while to get in all those little crevices. So I haven't had the chance to actually go in and kind of fine tune it. But hopefully I will get to this one this month and I will be able to finish it, because I really do want to work on this book more. I just really haven't had the time to sit down and do it. So yeah, that was Alien Worlds by Rosannas. I still have this whip in Daydreams. I have not touched it. Oh, sorry, that was a completed page. I don't know, I just seem to have lost inspiration for this page. I know it won't take me that long to finish it. It's just I lost like the motivation to go in and finish it. And I was supposed to do another page in this month, but I didn't get a chance to do it, so I don't know. I might come back to this book and finish those off this month. And then I do have the whip that I was working on in Nicasco, Squirrel, and Residents of the Antique Town. I did get a little more progress done in this. I did finish the wood. I started on the deck here. But again, this is a slow project because I do want it to be a while, but I'm happy with my progress so far with the wood. I did all of the interior wood bits too, and I like that. This part makes me like uncomfortable though, because it doesn't like, the shelf kind of ends here, but it goes all the way down to the bottom here. So I don't know if that's on purpose or what. So I'm trying to fix that so it makes sense in my brain, if that makes sense. I also have to figure out what I want to color these little cat guys. And then I do have to color the wood sign. I don't think this page isn't like time consuming, or it is time consuming. It's not the fact that I don't know how to color it, it's just I don't know what I want to color it, like how I want to like do it. So I'm kind of stuck on that. I do have to finish the deck, and I can do these chairs and stuff. It's just the cats I'm gonna have to think about, and this little goose guy. So I did have a friend who gave me some suggestions, so I might go with that, but I really do like this book. It's cute, and I'm glad to have worked more in that page. Okay, so I'm going to go into my completed pages now. The first page I did this month, I did finish a whip from last month. It was a buddy color with DJ coloring. A buddy color with DJ coloring art on YouTube. And I'm going to show her page here. She did an amazing job. It is, actually I got a new editing app, so I'm gonna actually try to do it with the side one now. Let's see if I can figure that out. Okay. So this is my page. I used only polychromos, and I really like the way it came out. I did find a color combination for the set of polys on Pinterest, and I went with that. And I just kind of went around and did the rest of the page in the polychromos. I made sure to... I noticed the polychromos are kind of a little tricky to blend out on this paper, but I did get a hang of it as I kept going. So I'm hoping I can bring the colors from this page onto this page, so it looks cohesive. And that is my second page completed. I think this one was done with polychromos too. No, never mind. It was done with Prismas, because I could tell this pink is a Prismacolor pink. But yeah, I'm really, really happy with that. So I'm going to show you DJ's now. She was inspired by the cover, and I think it really translated well for her. And I really like how she tried to do that. I do think we had like a little bit of a similar kind of vibe going on. I feel like mine was just a little brighter and hers was a bit muted, which I really like. And she did achieve the color combinations that she wanted based off of the title. So thank you for doing the body color with me, and I hope to do another one with you in the future. The next one I did was Beauty of Horror 5. And this was with Fiction Kitty, Jenna. Again, this is our buddy color. So I did this all with polychromos again. I don't know what it was with polychromos this month. I just had a kick of just working with my polys. It's very crazy. I found another combination for the background, and I wanted to try to do that. So I think I was just mostly like practicing with my polys and kind of working through it like that, instead of having to use other pencils. And I usually like my Prismas and my polys the best right now, and it was just kind of simple, so I didn't have to like overthink it. But yeah, I also used some Signo glaze pen for the black to make it have that shine. I also used some Super Gold paint marker on the outside, and I used some Posca on the guitar to give it that polka dot effect. I also used some Super Gold marker for the silver on the guitar's phrase or whatever they're called. I really should know this. My boyfriend is a musician, but for some reason I cannot remember. I like the pink dress that I gave her. Guliana, her name is, but it's kind of funny. I was like, they didn't have a test page, so this is like my test page for the month, and I did have yeah. This was the first page I did in this book this month, and I do really like it. Okay, so Jenna's page I'm going to put here, and their page turned out wonderful. I really enjoyed how they did it, and thank you, Jenna, for encouraging me to color my books. I really appreciate it, and it has been lovely getting to know you. So that was the first page we completed in this book this month. The next page I completed, oops. Sorry, this went for Jenna's hashtag as well. The Fiction Kitty Halloween in July. And that was nice. She did they did a hashtag for that. The next page I completed was an Aviary by Joseph Kettenbag. I really love how this one turned out. This was also a whip from last month. I had just basted everything in alcohol markers, minus the birds, and I created this. I used a palette for the background choice to make it kind of cohesive. Found it on Pinterest, as I don't have the color cubes, but I don't mind not having the color cube because there's so many palettes out there. You can still look for them and have that. I also looked up a reference for the hummingbird, so I'll show you that here so you guys can kind of get the vibe of what I was trying to achieve and let me know if I achieved it. But I wanted to just use my Prismas to blend it because those are very blendable and I could get the result I wanted to. So everything is based with Ohuhu marker, and then I went over everything with Prismas. I also went over with some white gel pen to create that kind of gemmy-like effect. And I really like this page. It was a lot of fun, and I'm glad to have a page done in this. This page also went for T's Coloring World and Lovelia's July Color Your Hoard. So that was nice. Hopefully I can color another page in Mother Mythic graphic book soon. Then I completed a page in Whimsy Girls from the Archives. This is a project book with Stephanie Lewis on Instagram, and she picked out this page for us to do. We were supposed to get this one done last month, but we both became very busy and we didn't get to finish it, so we just extended it to this month, which is totally okay because it gave us that extra time. And I wanted her to be like light and fluffy. Not light and fluffy. Who says light and fluffy? I wanted her to be like cute and delicate. That's what I was trying to say. But I based everything with my Ohuhu markers and I went over the Prismacolors. I find that with this Amazon paper, that works the best. I have not tried any other pencils yet on Amazon paper because I really like the way my Prismacolors kind of work on this paper. So I might try something else next month, but we will see. But I really love the result of it. I also used some of that super gold paint marker for the silver of the pot and the little knife fork thing and the scissors. I also used some glaze pen for the mud to make it look kind of like it was wet. I really like how my wood came out as well. I have this like really good combination for wood with my Prisma, so if anyone does want to know that, I can maybe do a tutorial on it. But that was the first one I did in Whimsy Girls of Archives. The next book I did was again Beauty for 5.
Powering off.
Oops, sorry, my speaker's going off. My computer is like right beside me now, and I have one of those like, yeah. Sorry, I forgot to turn it off. I was watching Supernatural before I started this. So I did this page. This again is a buddy color with the Fiction Kitty on Instagram. This is our project book. I used my Prismas this time. After I based everything with, minus the monkey, I only basted the dress and the girl's skin with pit pens. I really like them. They're like these pens that have this super duper fine tip, but they're pigment based and they don't bleed through, and they create this like very cool even color. And I got these ones open stock, and I think that's what I'm gonna do from now on, instead of just like buying them all up front, is just buy the colors I would like in the future, because I found out they have a Blick art store near me, so I'm going to go take advantage of that more. But back to my page. This is Dorothy, obviously, from The Wizard of Oz. So I made sure to make it look like Dorothy with the iron, or the, what's his name? Tin Man's heart from The Wizard of Oz. And the monkey and her dog Toto. I looked up a reference for the monkey to make it look kind of more like the movie. I have all my colors written in the back so I can recreate those monkeys on this side. But I really like this one, and I wanted it to look like a storm, because in the movie, during the scene where they're getting chased by the monkeys, there is kind of like a storm happening. I did want it to do a tornado, like at the beginning of the movie, how she gets swept up in a tornado, but I didn't know how to draw a tornado. So I went with this, and I used my Posca white pen to create the lightning bolts, and I went over with a neon green Ohu paint marker, and I really love the effect it created. I did put a layer of Neo colors at the back to create that stormy effect, and yeah, I love it. The blue took me like forever. Everything else was kind of quick. It just was the monkey, because I did not base that in anything. Took me a very long time to achieve, but the result I think is worth it. I almost forgot to color in his ear, so there's not as much shading in that one, because I had put my markers away and I was lazy and didn't go get them, but everything else is really good and I like. So this would be my third page completed in this book. The Fiction Kitty also did this page, and their page turned out amazing, so I feel like I should show you guys that too. I'm going to show you the buddy color we did, and then I'll show you this page, because this is our project book and I do want them to have kind of like the recognition, because this page they did was stunning, probably one of my favorite pages I've done. So yeah, I'll show you those here. I learned that these two people are not Tommy Lee and his ex-wife, it's Sid and Nancy, so my bad. One thing that I'm kind of sad about though is my book fell apart, so I might have to get this book bound so I don't have to lose a page in it, because that would be frustrating. So yeah, thank you again, Jenna, for those buddy colors. The next page I did was again another buddy color with Jenna. We did a lot of buddy colors this month. We did one in Kawaii Tarot. This was for Coloring Bumblebee's hashtag, the Little Mayo scavenger hunt. I'll put it across the screen. One of the prompts this month was was the sun. I brain farted there. So we did the full page, and I colored with, I did color everything, put a layer of super tips down to give it like a base. It was like very quick, it wasn't like complicated. I didn't like do watercolor, I just kind of laid it down, and then I went over with Prisma just because I wanted something quick and easy. I was kind of burnt out at this point and just didn't want to do anything spooky dooky, because it was not what I was feeling at that moment. So this was a nice page to come to. I should have finished those other two pages in BD4 3, but I didn't. I kind of just focused on this book instead. and I use super gold marker on the sun rays to give it that kind of goldy effect. I wanted this cat to be a lucky cat from, like, a lucky cat because it's in China, that is something that is like very relevant to them. I don't know the whole reason why, and I'm not going to try to explain it because it's not my culture and I don't want to disrespect that. But I know that a lucky cat is gold. That's all I know. And then I went over the background, this border with some fine tech rose gold paints to give it that kind of shimmery effect that we all see in these books. I did make some oopsies, so I tried to fix it at the back with a little bit of white Posca marker. I really like the fuchsia color. It really pops out from the cat. Jenna said that they thought this was a big fluffy cattail, because I was trying to figure out what this is. So I don't know if it is a big fluffy cattail or what, but I colored it the same flowers because I wanted it to be like a muted palette and not too many colors, as the green was a lot. But I think that it turned out really nice. So I will show you Jenna's here. Their page is very nice. Again, I really like the abstract kind of vibe they went for right here instead of like doing it all green. It really pops and I really enjoy that. So once again, a gorgeous page done by my beautiful friend. Yeah. And this was also for Happy Catastrophes Color the Toro, and it was a July Color Your Horde, as it was the first page done in this book for me. The next page I finished was Tales from the Forest Kingdom, and this is a buddy color with Perfection Cider here. She posts most of her pages on Instagram, but she's also on YouTube, so I will link them below. This was a buddy color for a couple of months, but I have finally gotten around to finishing mine. I did a more muted palette because I kind of wanted to give it that pastel look. So I used my pastel pencil crayons. All the pastel pencil crayons I own are in one case, so I don't really know like what colors I have. I think I have a bunch of them, so it's not really going to be helpful for me to list them all because I don't remember what pencil brand I use for what. But I really like the way her skin turned out. If you can see that, I feel like I did a really good job shading that, and I'm very happy with that. I don't know if I pulled off the gold in the pastel look, but I wanted the oranges to kind of match with the beetle and the pinks in her gems to match with the dress that I did. And I love green and pink together. They're my favorite combination for some reason. I did that a few times this month, but I love how this came out. And I used some Paul Rubin in the background, but I did a light wash so it wouldn't look so bright. It kind of worked together. I do have a page, the next page we are doing the other buddy colors started, just like the skin tone, but I'm going to show you Perfection Ciders here so you guys can look at that. They do amazing with just gel or sparkly gel pens, and I just could never achieve that, so I think it looks amazing. And I don't know how they got I didn't know they made a skin tone like gel pen, but it's very sparkly and very pretty, and you can never go wrong with sparkles. So thank you for doing the buddy color with me and helping me touch this book. This hashtag will go for probably next month's July color or August color horde, because I'll post it on Instagram sometime in the next week or so. But this was the first page I colored in this book, so I'm excited about that. And then I colored in Grains of Gold. This is another buddy color type thing with Perfection Cider. They made a group where we're coloring in this book each month. So there's a little spinning wheel that picks our page and we color that page. So the page that got picked was this bug gem page. And I basically had this page only done with my pan pastel iridescent pan pastels, or pearlescent pan pastels, and I just kind of had the background done. I used orange, yellow, and red to create that kind of effect. And then I didn't know what I wanted to color the beetles, so I kind of thought about it for a while, didn't really touch it, and then I was like, okay, I don't really like how pencils work in this book, because we did do this page last month, and it just looks very streaky, and I don't love how it came out. So I pulled out my watercolors, and I kind of just started doing it. I put a light wash of red on this beetle, a white wash of yellow on this beetle, and a white wash of orange on this beetle, and then I kind of just built up the colors, and I really like how that came out. And then I added some Paul Rubin sparkly watercolor, and I think that this page turned out very pretty. It's not like overly complicated, it's just simple, and I got to play with my watercolors. So I might just continue doing watercolors in this book, because this is very like high quality paper, unless I find a pencil that works really well. I don't really like my Prismas or Holbeins in this book because it's kind of thick. It did bleed through right there, but that's fine, I can fix that in the future. But yeah, so that was that page for this month. And thank you for inviting me to do this perfection. I greatly appreciate it. It gets me touching this book as well. And then the last 2 pages I did were in Whimsy Girl Archives. I did this page. This was a buddy color with Disney Mag. And I don't know why, but I felt like they were it was a robot, so that's how I colored her. I had this base, this middle part, and the 2 dragons colored at first, and I didn't really know how to finish it, so I went over, I kind of put it to the side for a while, and then I kind of finished it like a couple days ago, and I was like, yeah, okay, I know what to do now. So I finished the rest with Ohuhu markers again, went over with my Prismacolors, added a bit of glossy accent and gel pen to the places. I made sure to make the little heart area kind of look like it was glowing, like this was her like inner bits, and this was what's making her powered. And then I gave her some pink dragons. I think there's an Instagram hashtag, that's why I did that, but I don't remember what it's called. I did my little rainbow smoke that I love, that I did in another page in this book. One of the first pages I did in this, yeah, this one, I did the same thing there, but I wanted to kind of create that here too, and I think it turned out really pretty. Then I will show you Disney Mags. Her page is, she said it was like a robot that has like a skin onto it, and I was like, it's a stealthy robot. But I love the purple and the smoke. I feel like that really pops because the way that they colored it. And yeah, thank you for buddy coloring with me. I really appreciate it. Okay, so the last page I colored this month was this. They have names. It was Sea Friends. So I colored Kara's Dragon, Sea Friends, and the Flower Girl Market this month. But this is the one I just finished today. It is, or it was, it's midnight now, but I finished this like last night. Cause it's like midnight now, but. So I finished this. I was struggling with the nose on this one because I couldn't like get it quite right. I think it turned out okay. Not my best nose, but it's definitely not my worst nose. I do have my worst nose. My worst nose is bad. But yeah, I just had a lot of fun doing this. I really like the way that she came out. I didn't do a lot of details in the shells. I kind of just added some gel pen to them. I used some Paul Rubin watercolors again to give those pearls a little bit of pearlescence. Went over some white Posca, same here. I added some stickles for the bubbles to give it kind of like a bubbly effect. This was a simple but fun page, and I am glad to have that one done. So yeah, it was a buddy color with Stephanie again. So here is Stephanie's page. Yeah. Thank you, Stephanie, for doing a buddy color with me and helping me work through this book. I've done a lot of pages in this book so far now. I think I've done like 6 pages, 5 pages. I think I've done 5 pages. One I color in it this month will be the 6th page I've colored. So this will be the page I'm coloring this next coming month. And that will be my 6th page done in this book. This is one of my project books, so I'm hoping to eventually get this one done because I can see myself coloring all these pages. They're all very fun and I really do like them. But yeah, that was Whimsy Girls from the Archives by Hannah Lynn. Okay, so yeah. Finally I have Ivy and the Inky Butterfly by Johanna Basford. This is a project book with Julianette Art on she's on Instagram and YouTube. She's new to YouTube, so make sure to go check her out. So we decided to take this month to catch up on some pages that we hadn't finished. So as you saw, I had finished this page last month. Julianne did not finish her page in time, which is okay, but she finished her page this month. So I'm going to show you hers. Okay, so I love the boldness of her page. It's very, very pretty. And then I didn't finish this page last month, but I finished it this month. This actually looks a lot better in person than on my phone. I was trying to figure out if I like this or not, so I was looking on my phone. But, I don't know. I used Super Tips to base everything. And then I went over with Prismacolors just to give it a little depth. Yeah. So I will show you Julianette's pages here. I feel like we went for similar vibes with this page, which wasn't my intention. I just wanted to do something like not so complicated, if that makes sense. But yeah, this is our next 2 pages we're doing this month. Hopefully I'll get those done. They're a little complicated, but I feel like I have an idea for them, so that's good. And then yeah, I'm excited to have been working in this book. See, for me, this one is my favorite page that I've done so far, and this one is like it's not the worst, but it's definitely not the best. So I'm trying to remind myself that it's okay to have like an off page every once in a while. Ouch. But yeah, so those are all my completed pages for July. I really appreciate everyone who has watched my videos and subscribed, and anyone new, welcome to the channel. I hope to see you in the future. Let me know what your favorite page I did this month was in the comments, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!